Hey guys, Chaps here, and it's been a while since I've done one of these casual talking type videos. As you probably guessed, a large part of this will be discussing the recent leaks. And just to be upfront with you, no, I won't be showing or linking to any of them. So if you're here for any of that, sorry to disappoint. Before we get into that topic though, I just wanted to give a brief update on some stuff. Hopefully you all know by now that I'm not a full-time creator, nor am I aspiring to be one. I work a full-time engineering job, and, well, frankly, it's been pretty demanding lately, and my schedule has been all out of whack. This is going to continue for at least the next couple of months, so between that, house projects, and just various life stuff, you probably won't be seeing me as frequently on YouTube. I'll still try to do recap videos, and maybe the occasional discussion panel, but things just aren't going to be as timely as they had been. I'll also still be over on Reddit and Twitter in my free time, and I'm always more than happy to get involved in any discussion over there. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out there so people weren't wondering what's going on. So yeah, about those leaks. For those who are somehow still unaware, a flood of leaks popped up a few days ago showcasing, let's say 30 to 40 unreleased skins. There's a few different reactions that I've been seeing in the community. One is, holy crap, they're sitting on that many skins? They're so greedy for drip-feeding content the way they are. Some are simply seeing the skins, and they're getting hyped for what is to come. An important reaction that's often overlooked, though, is what is the developer's reaction, or how do the leaks affect the developer? Let's dive a bit deeper into a couple of these. I want to start off with the drip-feeding comments that I keep seeing, and let me just say that I completely disagree with this. Sure, if the game had just launched and the roster was abysmal and we saw this, that'd be one thing. But we're over a year into the game now, and although we're still missing a few of the characters and skins, the rosters are looking quite nice right now. It's not like we need these skins ASAP. It also really shouldn't surprise anyone that the Coalition has a bank of characters that are ready to go. There's the Operation drop, there's the weekly store rotation, there's a mid-season drop, there's the holidays, and hell, there's probably even a few surprises and event-type things in there. Most of this is probably finished, or close to finished, by the time the Operation launches. That means that anytime an Operation drops, you should be expecting TC to be holding back a lot of stuff. And no, that's not a bad thing. In fact, I'd say it's probably the industry standard. The Coalition treats this like a games-as-a-service model, so they need to be able to stretch things out. If they dropped all of it right at the beginning of the Operation, people would get it, and then be bored for 4 months. Sure, the Tour of Duty could possibly use some adjustments, and the abysmal game launch didn't really set them up well, but those are different issues. Don't use this backlog of characters as an excuse to be mad at something else. The response I've seen to this whole "it shouldn't surprise anyone" thing is something like, well, it doesn't surprise me that there's some, but 30 to 40 is way more than it should be. At a glance, that seems right. There shouldn't need to be 30 to 40 skins just waiting. That's way more than we'll get by the end of the Operation, right? And yeah, it probably is, but let's step back and take a look at the bigger picture. The game has been out for a while now. Development surely has shifted towards bigger and better things. We've seen the writing on the wall for a while now. TC is starting to transition Gears 5 into support mode. We'll get some minor patches to balance, and they may fix some big issues. We're probably not going to be seeing any significant changes though. We'll get some more characters and maps in the future, which, by the way, I suspect we only have like 2 operations left of that. But in general, they've moved on. They need to focus on their next projects. So they basically need to have as few people as possible on Gears 5. Do you want Gears 5 to still have new content coming throughout 2021? Do you want the Coalition to ensure that Gears 6 is as strong as they can make it? Well, I've got news for you. If you answered yes to both of those, then TC's gonna need to work ahead a bit. They're gonna want skins ready to go well in advance so that they can shift focus over to the new stuff. Then all they need is a skeleton crew to help maintain Gears 5 and push the new stuff out when it's time. You really have 3 options. A, they keep making stuff for Gears 5 all throughout 2021 and don't hold anything back and just keep releasing stuff, and they don't move on to Gears 6, in which case Gears 6 will be even further down the line. Option B is that they don't hold anything back and they move on to Gears 6 when they need to, in which case we probably only have like 1 operation's worth of content left, and then we're just gonna have a huge gap until Gears 6. Or C, they can hold a few things back from us so that they can keep the game relevant for longer and move on to Gear 6 when it's time. Personally, I choose C. We don't get things as quickly, but at least they're able to keep releasing stuff further into the future. Option A would delay Gear 6. We don't want that. Option B would give us stuff quickly, but it would make the wait until Gear 6 feel longer. That just doesn't feel right. Option C seems ideal to me. Don't sacrifice anything for Gear 6, and lessen the lull between games. I'm willing to let the content stream slow down a bit. I mean, come on, when we're this far into the game, I feel that the rate at which we're getting stuff is perfectly fair. I made my predictions pre-Op 5 with what I consider to be the minimum, and the Coalition has more than delivered in most cases. Sure, everyone wants more, but I don't really think that we're in too bad of a place right now. So yeah, the game certainly has its problems, and it's fine to call them out on that. But this? Come on, if this really angers you, I feel like you're either missing the bigger picture or you're just grasping for something to be angry about. But let's move on for a bit and talk about the other side of things, the business, or the TC side. There's no question that TC isn't happy about this. It's going to hurt sales because now people know what is coming out and they'll save up for that stuff rather than spending iron on something else. Oh, and it's clearly going to hurt marketing if they can't make as big of a deal out of a reveal. An often overlooked aspect, though, is how it hurts the artist and the designers. This is honestly something I never really considered until a few years ago when Jess and I were discussing some leaks. The designers and the artists put a ton of work into these things, and they're really excited to show them off for the big reveal. A leak like this really hurts that, and it takes away those little victories that they all look forward to. It's hard not to feel bad for them, and it's for that reason that I personally haven't leaked anything. I've had more than my fair share of leak-worthy stuff, and I came really close to sharing some stuff back in the Gears 4 days that I found. But after giving it more thought, I feel I'm doing the right thing by not sharing that stuff. On a slightly different note though, while I feel bad for the artists and designers, I actually don't really feel for TC as a whole, especially the leadership. In fact, if anything, I'm slightly angry with them for letting this happen. Many of these leaks have actually been known for quite some time now, like months, like back in Operation 4 or maybe even Operation 3. The Coalition has been aware of their vulnerabilities, but from what I've seen, they've been quite ignorant of most of them. I know there's some questions around the various methods to access the information, and some of it may have not been predictable, but other methods have been shared with the Coalition for months now and still haven't been fixed. Who knows, maybe this will be the wake-up call they need to actually address the issues. So, like I said, I found some files back in the Gears 4 days. I made the Coalition aware rather than leaking them, and within a few weeks the issue was patched. I know not all issues are easy to fix, and the Gears 4 one clearly was easy, but maybe now the leadership team will start to realize how important leaks are when they're doing their cost-benefit analysis type stuff to prioritize things. So, speaking of those leaks I had in Gears 4, when I brought those to the Coalition's attention, not only did they fix it, but they were very gracious and offered me a couple of characters for free, and I was not expecting that. It's similar to what some of the major tech companies do. Instead of waiting to be hacked or exposed in harmful ways, they encourage people to find security risks and report them. The company often pays a sizable reward and then fixes the security risk. It's a win-win. I have personally known about these leaks for months now, and I know others have known for much longer. I know for a fact that this was brought to the Coalition's attention, so the fact that nothing has been done to fix it is just baffling. The last thing I want to hit on in this video is just the Coalition's reaction to it all. They've been pretty good lately about putting up memes or joking around when something unintentional happens. They know they messed up, they are aware of what's out there, and the meme that they put up the other day was a simple sign of, yeah, we know. What I would have expected next was a blog post. I don't know, maybe they're on vacation and we'll get one when they come back to work. I would have expected something to simply explain what's going on. Mention that they know that there was a leak. Discuss why there's so many things being held back. And possibly most importantly, discuss what their policy is around the leaks. I honestly don't even know where they draw the line. It just seems to be a large gray area. The only guidance I got from the Coalition in the past was, don't be the source or the original poster of a leak. Clearly, the source is going to get banned from the game. But from the guidance that I've gotten before, I would have thought that it would be perfectly safe to include leaked content in a video, like this video maybe? I mean, it's been out there for days, it's all over the internet, and I'm not the originator, so it should be safe, right? Hell, we even have cases of TCA partners who have posted leaked stuff before, or people who seem all buddy-buddy with Dana showcasing pictures of leaks. But no, it's apparently not safe to post that type of stuff. There's been reports of the Coalition striking people's YouTube accounts for posting stuff, even if they're not the original source. And actually, side story, it's kind of funny that at least one of these reports seems to be from Dana's personal Gmail account rather than an official work or Microsoft account. Like, what? What's up with that? Anyways, as I was saying, it's a big gray area. They have no clear messaging about what their stance is. Partners don't even seem to get their wrists slapped. TC can put a joking meme about it online, some tiny YouTube channel gets a strike, and the gigantic Facebook page that poured gasoline all over the fire is still standing strong, at least at the time of this recording. I mean, come on guys, the Coalition has never really been known for transparency or consistency, but come on now. I'm just gonna close with this. Honestly, it doesn't really matter what the coalition's stance is, or what is considered safe. Unless the leak is acknowledged or direct from the coalition, it's best to just let it be. Don't spoil the surprise of others. Don't ruin the victories for the developers. And seriously, are some views on a video or a tweet worth more to you than honor or integrity? Sorry for the fairly negative video here. It's strange where I actually have a topic where I'm condemning both the community and condemning the developers. I know there's a lot of good people out there though, so just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not sure when my next video is going to be, but if you feel that I earned it today, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you can be alerted when I post something new. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a happy new year, and let's hope 2021 is a bit brighter.